Okay everyone, listen, welcome to episode 36 of Food for Thought. So obviously I'm still in Malaga and I'm hanging around here for another few days, so I found a back street with a restaurant that looks quite interesting, so I'll just show it to you across the road. So it's an Indian restaurant. Oops, wait till I turn the camera. Yeah, you can see it there. So listen, quite a few people sitting outside. Looks interesting. We'll have a look at the menu in a second, so hang on a second. Okay, listen, welcome back everyone. Listen, I'm just going to go for a main course here, and in fairness I'm going on the visual in relation to some of the offerings that's here today. I fancy a little bit of beef of sorts, and preferably maybe a stir fry. So listen, I'm looking at this one here. Sizzling plate served with onions, green peppers. There's an option to go vegetarian, chicken, beef or prawns. So I'm going to go for the beef, and I've already ordered a bottle of wine. That's there, and the glass of wine is here. I'm just waiting for the meal to come out. So listen, talk to you in a while. Folks, this is my main course has been changed. There's a story around this, so that's finished. Yeah, that's gone. Yeah, so yeah. Thank you so much. You're very good. That's the head man himself. So I have a different main course here, so I'll come back to you in a few minutes. Thank you. Okay, listen folks, back at you. So listen, the bill is as predicted in relation to the stir-fry beef and a bottle of wine, €31.90. But I suppose the strange part of the story has still to follow. So this is the funniest one I've ever wrote up, but listen, let's watch this space. The visual, I have to say, the visual on the stir-fry beef was absolutely first class. Looked absolutely brilliant. The overall taste, shockingly disappointed. The beef was tough. The flavours was not, your atypical Indian. And then in fairness, I did ascertain it wasn't necessarily Indian, it was Mexican, but it's an Indian stroke Mexican dish. The owner came down to him. I'll give you a picture of him afterwards, and he was devastated that I wasn't happy with the meal. And I said, listen, the beef was tough, it was sort of chewy, there was nothing to rave about this meal, and I was literally going to give it a 1. He, thinking on his feet, in fairness, he was so apologetic, and he said, listen, I'll come out with something different to you, and if you don't like it, let me know. So he came out with a prawn puree dish, which you'll see in the video, and have to say that was absolutely gorgeous. So listen, I'm going to give it a 5, right, and I'll tell you why. The service, value for money. Listen, that sort of price, for God's sake, you couldn't actually knock it, not being ripped off. The service, I put it down to the manager or the owner, an Indian guy. He didn't question for a second my complaint. He didn't question for a second that I had an issue with it. I wasn't looking for a replacement. He insisted on coming down with something new to me. There was a couple sitting beside me actually having a meal, and I specifically asked them how was their meal, and they said their meal was beautiful. So, in relation to, I suppose, damage limitation on his behalf, and obviously I think he became conscious that I was writing up a review on the restaurant, but genuinely he came down with this dish, which is a prawn puree, and he came down thereafter with, not 1 but 2 complimentary shots of some lemon liqueur. And for someone who was in the service, I have to give credit to how he dealt with the situation, and so I'm not going to actually knock on any marks. Would I return? Actually, in fairness, following the complaint I put in, I don't like putting complaints. To me, the way the owner addressed it was absolutely first class, so I'm not going to penalise him on that one. Total score, I'm going to maximise this score, right? And I've often been in restaurants where you would sort of raise issues about something to do with the meal, and literally the waiter or the waitress or the manageress would be quite flippant about it, and there would be no adjustment in the bill. But when the bill came down, the second replacement main course was not added to it. I have to say, listen, if you're listening to this tomorrow, one of my new subscribers, Andrea from France, that I met today down the square, I'll show you a picture of her in a second, with her amazing friend from Colombia, recommended a restaurant, and I lost the name of the restaurant. I'm not great with technology, so if she can message me back, hopefully I'll get to that restaurant before the end of the week. So listen, the total score here is 25. I have to give credit to this guy. I'll take a picture of him. There he is on the street, right? Watching the comings and goings of everyone, right? And he handled the situation really well. And I must say, for that purpose, I'm going to give this restaurant a maximum score. Thank you.